Well, Danielle's in with our first look at the weather, kicking off the work week. Pretty mild.
It is Monday, isn't it?
Oh, it's good Monday.
But it's a good Monday when the temperatures are in the double digits. And it feels like spring. Yeah, we got to 11 degrees today. Absolutely fantastic. The winds have been mainly calm for the most part. We did have a decent amount of cloud cover, especially later in the day. But this is a wonderful day. We're going to hold on to this warmth. So keep that in mind because more warm weather is on the way for us. Okay, that's the 11 at the airport, 13 downtown, 12 in Tizzaw Park. Big Four Motors massive first anniversary sale is on. See it at big4motors.com. And when we look at those next 24 hours, yeah, we have a small chance of an isolated shower, very isolated for this evening. And then tomorrow morning at 8 a.m., kicking that off at 1 degree, a high of 13. So even a little warmer likely for tomorrow. More details coming up.
Danielle, let's talk more about these warm temperatures that we've been talking about for like the last week and a half.
Yeah, and we'll be in the double digits for at least the next couple of days. It may extend a little further than that. But basically what we can look at is this work week will be very mild, especially for Tuesday and Wednesday. The camera is bouncing around here, so higher levels and in some localized areas there may be a little bit of wind, but overall what's been registering in most of Calgary today is low wind, and we've had warm temperatures. Where it has been quite gusty is Pincher Creek, that corridor, Pincher Creek to Lethbridge, where it's been over 70 kilometers per hour. That's a look at the maximum wind gusts so far for today, and that's why these communities did get a little warmer for the most part. So into the teens for Lethbridge. Pincher Creek was in the teens just a couple moments ago. And you can check this out. Drumheller and through Brooks, 13 degrees right now, 12 in Medicine Hat, 16 in Milk River. And for us in Calgary, we got to a high of 11. That's where we're sitting right now. So quite nice. Also, what's going on is there's some little pockets of showers here. So scattered showers are possible. It's a lot of it evaporating before it hits the ground, but there is still the potential that you could see a couple raindrops out there as we head through the next couple of hours, and then this will die out for the night. There is quite a consistent moisture feed though from the west over these next couple of days, and another key thing to mention is where the jet stream is. So in this darker green here and lighter green, that's where the jet stream is, and it will mainly be over us for the next few days. This plays through until Thursday. What that means is that's with the jet stream over us, the jet stream is the storm track, so it's directing all of that moisture right over us. Now again, a lot of it evaporating before it gets here, but there's the potential of some of it actually making it to the ground over the next couple of days. Here's a look at the rest of this evening. Again, potential of a scattered, isolated shower. And then this is a look at tomorrow morning. So there will be some cloudy periods, Chinook Arch building in. And then later in the day, we have the possibility of getting a little bit of a sprinkle in Calgary and all along the Trans-Canada as well. And then further off to the north, Jasper area from this system could actually get a couple centimeters of snow. Fast forward though, Wednesday, pretty quiet. We will get some cloud cover. Thursday, the models are not in agreement of this, but this is a very decent chance that we're going to get significant moisture in some areas on Thursday. Now, Calgary at this point is just looking like a couple millimeters of rain, but up to the north, Jasper and up, it's looking like they could get a significant snowfall from this system. So Thursday is a bit of a ways away, so we'll wait a bit. I'll keep you posted as we get closer. What I can tell you for sure is that we'll have warm temperatures for these next couple of days. Again, chance of a late day sprinkle tomorrow, quiet for Wednesday and a high of 12. And by Thursday, it starts to cool down and we have the good chance of getting some showers.
This is one of those weeks where it must feel good to be the meteorologist.
Yeah, it feels great. Yeah, I'm loving it.
Good news.
Yeah, it's not minus 40, right?
Exactly.
It's not dangerous wind chill. It's not crazy thunderstorms, and it's not smoke. This is the good stuff, baby. Okay, 12 degrees was our high today. Also, it's our current temperature, which is almost the teens, which is pretty good for this time of year because normal is 6. So we're above normal. Okay, when we look at that longer range forecast, a little bit warmer tomorrow, at least 13 degrees, chance of a late day sprinkle. We hold on to the double digits, at least for Wednesday. Thursday could be an interesting one. We're likely looking at some decent moisture in many communities, and Calgary could see a rainy day. But check out what happens Friday, 6 and 2 on Saturday with some precipitation. So a bit of a change as we go through later this week.
It was an overcast but pretty warm afternoon in Calgary. Danielle joins us now. How is our evening ahead looking?
Absolutely wonderful, Tara. I mean, we have the winds that have picked up a little bit here over this last couple of hours. We're now up to about 40 kilometers per hour at times, but there's still some sun peeking through. We've been in the double digits. In fact, we almost got to the teens today. We're sitting at 12 degrees right now, so well above normal 6 degrees for this time of year. Tomorrow will be even warmer. So even though as we go through these next couple of hours and later in the day tomorrow, there is a small chance of an isolated sprinkle, but it's a smaller chance for us here in Calgary. By tomorrow morning, or by tomorrow afternoon, a daytime high of 13 degrees. Now, the weather pattern changes by Thursday. I'll show you that in just a bit.
Thank you, Danielle. Okay, look, I've put away my heaviest parka, and I'm not bringing it back out, so please tell me I will not need it again.
I would say you could pack the parka. Yeah, but we will need some sort of coat by the weekend. The weekend we will dip below normal, and it will be quite chilly. I'm going to show you that in the long range in just a second. I will also say that not all the models are agreeing, so it may not be as bad as I'm going to show you in a little bit. Okay, 70 kilometer per hour gusts, the corridor that typically has all the wind gusts, and this has been out of the west, so 72. Pincher Creek, over to Lethbridge, that was the maximum wind speed. Just over 30 in Medicine Hat, mid-50s for us here in Calgary, and close to 40 in Cranbrook. Banff even had a wind gust at 33 kilometers per hour, but look what it did to our temperatures. It brought us up into the teens in many areas. Lethbridge got up to 15 today. Milk River still sitting at 15 right now. Medicine Hat did get into the teens and now at 12 as we start to settle and cool for the evening hours. 12, Medicine Hat, Brooks, Drumheller in through Calgary. So I hope you enjoyed this nice warm day that we had. We have a couple more days of warmth before the weather pattern changes. There are some isolated scattered showers here, so there's the potential of seeing a couple raindrops. Again, this is not long lasting. It's very short-lived if you see it at all. A lot of that evaporating before it even hits the ground. There's a decent push of moisture from the west over the next couple of days, and the key thing with that is in the darker green here, this is the jet stream. The jet stream will actually be over us for the most part for the next few days, and the jet stream is the storm track. So if there's anything moving through, it brings it on over us, which is why we have the potential of late day showers in many communities for tomorrow and further to the north and in the mountains, even some snow. I'm going to play this through. This is a look at tomorrow morning in southern Alberta, just some cloud cover at times. And then later in the day, closer to the supper hours, Calgary, all the way down Trans-Canada, all the way south to Lethbridge as well, and up the QE2. We do have the potential of an isolated shower, but it's a smaller chance of that. And if you get it at all, it will be short-lived. Then Wednesday is quiet, as you can see here with regards to precipitation. But then Thursday, models showing that we could get a decent little bout of rain in Calgary, maybe a couple millimeters of rain. And in the mountains, they could get a couple centimeters of snow from this. The key thing behind the system, it will drop the temperature. So tomorrow will be a little warmer today, likely getting to 13 at least, and a small chance of a late day sprinkle. We hold on to the warmth through Wednesday, 12. Thursday, we'll see a high of 9, but it may not last very long, and then temperatures will start to drop off. We have the chance of a couple millimeters of rain. I will keep you posted because not all the models are agreeing on what's happening for Thursday. But check out Friday, 6 is a high and just 2 on Saturday, Tara.
Thanks, Danielle. They're massive. Like, that's a tooth as big as your hand.
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness. Okay, speaking of sharks, here is a surreal underwater sight. Amazing new video shows an unlikely duo. It's an octopus hitching a ride on a predator. The University of Auckland just released video of this odd encounter between an octopus and a shark. It was actually captured in 2023. A research team of marine biologists was monitoring feeding frenzies off New Zealand's coast. The team sent a pair of cameras for a closer look because they saw this blob on the back of the shark, and then they realized it was an octopus.
Just hanging out?
Just hanging out, I guess. I don't know. They nicknamed them the Sharktopus and later called it one of the strangest things that they have ever seen.
Got those suctions on there and wasn't letting go.
Yeah, he's like,
give me a ride.
I need to get to that reef. Yeah. Please take me that direction.
You will be taking me,
A weird friendship.
Yeah, I guess. Well, if you're a dog owner, trimming their fur can be a bit of a chore, but what happens when the fur really starts to fly? This is a very hairy husky. He needs a good set of clippers and a blower to clear away the fur, which is creating a bit of a furry blizzard. He needs one of those Flobies. Do you remember that? It's
that's
sort
right.
of like it vacuumed and cut at the same time.
Oh, yeah,
People actually cut their hair with those
did.
Flobies.
That's what this husky
I do
needs.
remember.
That would have worked really
He's
well.
going to feel so much better.
Yes.
Right?
He looks pretty happy.
Coming into the summer, he needs a good trim. Well, sometimes a simple walk through the park can be made even better with company.
High five.
This little cutie loves to give out high fives to everyone while strolling through the park with her mom. And of course, she gets high fives back because who could resist this little baby asking for high fives?
Best walk ever.
Yeah.
Adorable.
Very cute.
Well, all right, here's your Skywatch weather camera, and yeah, we have some clouds out there, also some blue peeking through for us. It's been a beautiful day. The winds have picked up over the last couple of hours, up to 40, 43 kilometers per hour at times, and that will last on and off for the next couple of hours before things quiet down for the night. How'd you like the warm temperatures? Did you enjoy the 12 degrees that we saw today? So we matched Victoria and Vancouver today for daytime highs. It's a pretty nice warmth out there. And when you compare us to the rest of the country, we're quite a bit warmer. Toronto got into the 20s last week, but today just a high of 6, and they had some snow early this morning. So different story there. We have snow in our longer range forecast, but for now, for the next couple of days, we're looking at warmer temperatures. In fact, we'll be even a little warmer tomorrow. Today's high was 12, normal is 6. We won't get to the record of 19 or anything like that, but we will get into the teens tomorrow. Isolated pockets of showers here and there. We could see a little sprinkle in Calgary over the next couple of hours, but nothing really significant, very isolated. Tomorrow in Salmon Arm and Golden, 11 degrees. Fernie seeing a high of 12. Edmonton, 13. And on the Alberta side, really, we're just getting some cloud cover with the system that's off to the west, although Jasper will likely have some mixed precipitation that will sneak through over the mountains to the Jasper area for tomorrow. Now, in the south, the wind should be calmer tomorrow. Lethbridge, Pincher Creek looking at 50 kilometer per hour gusts, and there is the chance of a late day sprinkle here. But those little minimal gusts will get us up to 14 for Lethbridge and Medicine Hat. And when you look at that 10-day trend for us here in Calgary, 13 is a high tomorrow. We'll still hold on to double digits for Wednesday, but as you can see, by the time we get into the weekend, just 2 degrees on Saturday, Tara.
The Men's World Curling Championships run from March 29th to April 6th in Moose Jaw. Should be good.
Surely no one cheers louder than Canadians.
That's
don't you think the hometown crowd is probably really great in Canada?
Benny says those fans in Saskatchewan are loud.
I bet. Yeah, I totally believe that.
And how fun is that? Okay, also fun. Do you see that segue? I had trouble with that one there. Anyway, also fun is the weather for the next couple of days. We'll get into the teens, so even a little warmer tomorrow. And the wind should be fairly calm in Calgary anyway, a little gustier to the south. 12 degrees for Wednesday, so holding on to the warmth on Wednesday. And then by Thursday, we start to run into some unsettled weather, and temperatures will certainly cool. So 9 for Thursday, on-off mixed precipitation Thursday through the weekend. And Saturday, check that out, just a high of 2. Ouch. We're not ready to go back to that, I don't think. Anyway, Weather Window brought to you by Lux Windows and Doors, crafting quality windows and doors for your style, budget, and Alberta's climate. And Matt Melnick, an amazing photographer, he took this near Drumheller last night.
That's incredible. Thanks for your company tonight. See you again tomorrow.